My name's John Zaritsky. My film is a documentary called Do You Really Want to Know? And I was the director, writer, and co-executive producer of the film. Huntington's disease is a very rare motor neuron disease that not only attacks the body but also the brain, unfortunately. So that in its terminal stages, patients often have symptoms of Lou Gehrig's disease, Alzheimer's, and schizophrenia all at the same time. So it's probably one of the worst ways to die is to die from Huntington. Do you really want to know is a question that increasingly all of us are going to face in the years ahead as more and more genes are discovered, more and more genes are mapped. And so I wanted to, get people thinking about this. I mean, it's a very complex question that involves a very difficult individual choice. And because, as I say, increasingly we're going to face that question, I wanted people to start thinking about it and preparing themselves for it. I don't think there's any right answer to it. I wasn't making a film saying, go out and get tested, folks, but what I was doing was saying, here's the issue, here's the problem of being tested, here's some things to think about. And I chose Huntington's in particular because there's no treatment, there's no cure, there's nothing that can be done. If you have the gene, it's a genetic death sentence. It's a straight up and down thing. Someday you will die of this terrible disease. So it's particularly dramatic and poignant, and to frame the question around that disease makes it so. But there are already lots of other things that you can be tested for genetically and that are quite common. They call me within the documentary business the Dr. Death of documentary filmmaking, so that if you see me coming, you better run. But quite seriously, films that involve death are invariably dramatic stories, and death is the universal sort of end for all of us. And so, that's why I'm attracted to stories involving death and destruction, and why I continue to make films like that. Sedona is actually my favorite festival of all in the entire world. I would rather bring a film to Sedona than anywhere else. And as you suggest, precisely because the audiences here are serious film audiences, very sophisticated, very, much with a social conscience. And so anytime I can come to Sedona, I'm ecstatic to be here, actually. And I also, as a filmmaker, get a chance to be involved with locals, with my audience, in a way that I don't get a chance at other festivals. I don't meet nearly as many people as I do here. And because I've had 4 films here now, it's like a second home for me. I know a lot of the locals and love to come back, actually. And the only reason I really do it is to make a difference and to make films that I hope will change things in our society and things that I deeply believe in.